As far as live action sitcoms go, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the king, or prince, or whatever. Back in the heyday of sitcoms, a living room backdrop, a live studio audience, and corny family values were all the standard in primetime television. Sitcoms were cookie-cutter, boring programming. There was a formula, a recipe to creating dull television so the witless masses could entertain themselves after a day of work, while eating a frozen dinner from the sofa, sitting next to their fat spouse they haven't seen naked since the conception of their youngest child 6 years ago. Examples of such dull programs include Family Matters, starring the Winslow family. The father, Carl Winslow, is a Chicago police officer. Luckily for Carl, he's black, so the innocent teens he shoots don't cost him his job. The nerdy neighbor kid, Steve Urkel, is always getting into some ludicrous antics because of his borderline autistic social behavior, much to the chagrin of the Winslows. Home Improvement, portraying the Taylor family. Tim the Toolman Taylor is a total man's man. He and his 3 boys are always getting into some mischief, but good thing his wife Jill is there to make sure things don't get too out of control. And who could forget Wilson, the peepee neighbor that always has prudent advice at how to fix the current episode's dilemma. So quick with a Buddhist quote, Wilson would fix all of Tim's problems, which usually involved Tim apologizing for doing a stupid macho thing. That was the whole show. Tim taking things to the manly extreme in the beginning, have things go wrong in the middle, and in the end, apologize to his wife Jill, or his dickless, play-by-the-rules friend Al Borland, for the things that went wrong. Quick note, much like the laugh track and living room set, the stupid boob father was another staple for sitcoms. Speaking of clueless fathers, Full House starred 3, as Danny Tanner recruits the help of his brother-in-law Jesse and friend Joey to help raise his 3 girls. Oh boy, you can bet they get into some hilarious situations. But at the end of the day, the girls learn a little something from the guys, and the guys learn a little something from the girls. Step by Step, basically a 90s reboot of the Brady Bunch. Step by Step stars a blended family. A divorced dad and a widowed mom decide their lives are more important than their children's, so they get married, move in together, and you can watch the sparks fly as the kids have sex around the house, dawning the beginning of step-brother-sister incest porn so popular on Pornhub today. I might have got that last show's plot summary a little wrong, but no time to correct myself. I have yet to get to the Fresh Prince. Much like today's avalanche of awful reality television, sitcoms were the average run-of-the-mill schlock networks would go to when trying to fill a primetime slot. So what makes the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air different? Does it star a family? The Banks, check. Does it have a wacky main character? Enter Will Smith, a hoodlum caught in the crossfires of thug life, check. Corny family values? Check, check, and check. Maybe it's because it stars a black family. No. See the Jeffersons, the Evans from Good Times, and even the bullshit mediocrity of the Winslows from Family Matters. Maybe because it stars a wealthy black family. See the Huxtables from The Cosby Show, starring Bill Cosby, an affluent family man and doctor who, along with his wife, raises his children according to good values and common decency. A show centered on the unity of family, friendship. Okay, we get it, he's a serial rapist. So what is it about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that has so many fans watching even after its series finale aired 20 years ago? Well, for one, it has style. Right away, this series is differentiated from all others by using graffiti for the show's logo and beginning credits. Also, the theme song. It is right up there with The Simpsons as one of the most iconic theme songs for a television show. We didn't know how lucky we were back then that it was such an awesome song. Can you imagine if every episode opened with the likes of Wild Wild West or Switch? Getting jiggy with it was so lame that it became the stereotypical line an old white guy would say when they wanted to sound hip. Aside from the theme song and graffiti credits, the Fresh Prince himself, Will Smith, had style. He was always wearing unique attire in direct opposition to the conservatively dressed Banks family. While Carlton sports traditional yuppie attire, Will blasts through the screen with neon colors, dynamic patterns, and dildos. But a show needs more than just style. You can't just rely on superficial looks. You actually need something deeper, something to fill the void. Unless you're a Kardashian, then you can just fill the void with black dick. So what about substance? It seems every character on the show oozes with personality. While some programs rely on the hacky shtick of one goofy character, I'm looking at you, Urkel, Bel-Air had a whole cast of loud personalities. There was, of course, Will Smith. With the flair and charisma of NWA coupled with the charm and parental approval of the Sugar Hill Gang, Will is the kind of black guy you wouldn't mind going out with your daughter who already has a kid from a previous marriage, Ashley Banks. A cute girl going through the growing pains of puberty. Her adolescent rebellion couples perfectly with her cousin Will's, Jeffrey the butler. A snarky servant quick to poke fun at the family he serves. Always good for a one-liner with a straight face. The only downside? A show like The Fresh Prince, a show that breaks down barriers of race and stereotypes, still has the butler talk with a British accent. Uncle Phil, the usual butt of Jeffrey's jokes. This dad does, at times, play the part of the buffoonish father, but he doesn't go all out. I'm looking at you, Toolman. And instead can offer insight to the wayward William and provides a good role model for his children. Uncle Phil was a great dad to look up to, aside from his obesity. Aunt Vivian. There were two actresses who played Aunt Viv. The original did a better job of playing a bold, spirited personality. The second did a better job of looking more like her oldest daughter, Hillary. The original Viv was always the quintessential Bel-Air mother to me. Nothing against the later, but the original Aunt Viv seemed more real and usually good for a quick singer. It's a shame she had a falling out with the show and was axed in season 4 for the sweeter, down-to-earth, matronly Vivian. Hillary Banks. A vapid, self-centered, vain, and spoiled daughter of a rich lawyer, Hillary was a Kardashian back when Kim's dad was still defending OJ. Hillary Banks was definitely one of the hottest sitcom sisters ever. There's not even a close second. Hillary is so hot that we all forgave Carlton when he had sex with her at the end of season 5, inspiring the incest porn so popular on Pornhub today. Carlton Banks. Dorky, preppy, well-versed and well-dressed. He's the kind of guy that would be graciously invited into any country club in America, if it wasn't for one thing: his crazy dance moves. Carlton is the butt to many of his cousin Will's jokes, but in the end, the duo form a true friendship that will last a lifetime. See, I told you there was some real cornball shit in this show, but besides all that, Carlton is a great guy, the kind of black guy you wouldn't mind going out with your daughter with no kids from a previous marriage. He's that special. There are other characters like Nikki, the youngest Banks, used mostly as a plot device, Jazz, a one-dimensional character who is best known for getting hurled out of the Banks residence every time he tries to hook up with Hillary. Will's mom makes some appearances, along with his absentee father for one of the serious episodes. Will's girlfriends on the show have been portrayed by the likes of Nia Long, Tyra Banks, and even Queen Latifah for one of the episodes, until Will decides he's no longer into bigger chicks. #fat shaming. The show deals with topics ranging from girlfriend drama, high school antics, and parental disapproval, all boilerplate for sitcoms, but also branches out to topics of race and social class. I guess what makes The Fresh Prince stand out as the best sitcom is the way in which the characters grow with each other. When Will first moves in, he's a total black sheep. I mean African American sheep. He's a round hole in a square peg. He doesn't fit in. Kind of like how Uncle Phil doesn't fit into a Mazda Miata. #Fat Lives Matter. The Banks family isn't so accepting of Will at first, but they grow to love him. He becomes adopted into the fold. Will influences the family, and in turn, the Banks influence him. As the series progresses, we see the characters go through milestones, and those milestones feel real, even when they seem completely crazy. Like Hillary's boyfriend dying when trying to propose to her, or Will getting shot to save Carlton. In short, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the greatest sitcom because it has style, stars great characters, none of which are sexual predators, and those characters all grow, like Uncle Phil's waistline. Thanks for watching, and please, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to go to Pornhub and check out some of their incest flicks they have on there. You'll probably enjoy that too, you weirdo.